Hey guys, welcome to Vapor Aphelios, my new Aphelios only YouTube channel. If you haven't heard of me before, hello, I am Vapor Dark, a master tier EU West Aphelios main. Got about 1 million mastery in Aphelios and I've been maining him since the end of season 13. So in this channel, we're going to start this off with a Aphelios Unranked 2 master. This game we're going to be playing Aphelios Braum, which is probably my overall favorite Aphelios combination. This is just lucky though, I'm not doing it with the Braum or anything, or didn't ask for Braum, he just picked Braum. And then the enemies also kind of picked themselves, so it's a pretty good matchup we got here. Just gonna poke her and leave, because at the moment it doesn't look like we're gonna get a Braum Q. Okay, that's good enough. Since we're fighting in their wave, I don't want to drag this out too much. Okay, so we're running Conqueror since we're facing Leona, a pretty tanky support. We should expect fairly long fights. I'm gonna put this ward in this brush so we can just focus Leona. Oh, wow, okay, she just does that. Never mind then. I'm not gonna be able to force her out of the brush, but she should be leaving once we're about to approach level 2 anyway. About to hit level 2, so I'm already walking forwards. Alright, they're fighting us. Let's just go straight on to Jin, I suppose. Oh, they're also level 2 though. It's not super free. Ow. Okay, that's actually her dead. Nice gank from the Shaco. I was a little bit surprised they ended up hitting level 2 there. Would have been able to force a lot harder onto Leona if we actually managed to keep that ward on the brush, but it will. By the way, I deliberately chose not to run Cleanse into Leona here, just purely because when I look at the rest of the enemy comp, Cleanse is only going to be a little bit useful, like we can use it for the Renekton W, for example, but overall their comp is actually just pretty scary. Yeah, let's do this. It's pretty scary, facing a lot of burst, like from the Zed, for example. And we're also facing we're also playing with a support like Braum, who actually counters the Leona in lane, so we're not going to be too easy to catch even without Cleanse. So I feel like we can probably get away with not running Cleanse here, so we can use Barrier for the mid to late game against the rest of their comp. Okay, focus here is just to from the 700 turret. I'm gonna put a third, I believe at this point into W. When we're running Conqueror, those early points in W actually scale pretty nicely, especially because we're gonna be rushing AD and item components anyway. We can just let that trap go. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that was actually every single CS. That's pretty good. Gonna be getting my blue soon, then I'm gonna be pretty good at mid-range fights. And we're just gonna use the blue-green cycle as well. That's my favorite cycle on early game Aphelios. I'll tend to swap later on, but for the early game at least, and for most of the mid-game as well, I do just prefer blue-green. We're going to try and harass Jin with the flames as much as we can. By the way, of course, I did mention already that this is an unranked diamond. The MMR of this game is going to be about silver, I believe. There's some bronze players, also one gold player. It's kind of all over the place. So my app that I would usually use to show the ranks isn't actually working right now for some reason, so can't actually show the ranks. We're going to want to place a ward there soon. For now, this is a little bit risky though. Because they were positioned all the way up there. If we can just try and crash maybe, that might open up a window where Jin is stuck under turret having to last hit, but it's a little bit risky because we can't get ganked in the meantime. So I think we're actually, unless we have the knowledge of where Darius is, we actually just have to let them push us in. We're not actually going to be able to contest this. Okay, he's trying. I'm going to try and slow down Leona here. I'm completely alone here anyway. Okay, nice. She's massively chunked, and I'm going to leave. Was Darius there by any chance? Oh yeah, he was. That's why Braum started backing off. So overall, good that we played it safe, because if we tried to contest the pink ward, we might have just got screwed over by Darius. We tried to shove in so we could later on contest the pink ward. We might have just been flanked by Darius. Just had to respect that it wasn't a time where we could actually contest vision. Anyway, from here I can finish on maxing my W if I want to. I would only do that because I'm running Conqueror. It can be quite nice with Conqueror. But I'm not very good at dealing with Leona anyway. So I want to... I didn't even get that. She's kind of low though. Okay, we got 2 autos there on Jhin. We've got the problem flanking as well. I don't know about this though. Okay, there we go. Maybe we could do the Drake. Got us so chaotic. I'm just gonna put some vision there. So you got white, purple, which is infamously known as the worst combination. Just very temporarily. Since I managed my ammo, so that... Oh crap, this guy's just suddenly pushing, I think. Well, if he's not helping with the Drake, I'm certainly not gonna help with the Drake. Why would the guy who needs to farm be the one helping with the Drake? Let's just hope that Drake was gonna be fine there, because... I don't know if Braum was pushing or not, but don't trust him. Low elo. Yeah, like it didn't make sense for Braum to just be sitting here soaking up XP. Hopefully we can still finish this though. We can just turn on to Leona here, she's in a really bad spot. This is the exact weapon combination that she counters, by the way. Might be able to finish her. Okay, perfect. Yeah, every single chakram. Hang on, the fight is still going. He's dead, no matter what he does here. Okay, nice one. Yeah, overall pretty chaotic. Can I leave the wave here? Probably not. Let's hope I get this cannon. I didn't time that perfect. Okay, nice. I'm still trying to get that goddamn Drake. I can already base for Collector, it's pretty absurd. So I would like to just base, I don't care about this Drake at this point. The priority here is spending my gold so I can actually just be massively snowballing. I can buy a dagger alongside this. Collector versus no, obviously the only thing I do. Sometimes I will also do Yuntal, obviously. This could be a Yuntal game if I could have based on a BF sword. But it's not that big a deal. They're not really that tanky. So I'm fine with going for Collector Rush instead. Braum is currently top, so that's something to watch out for. Leona's currently level 4, Jhin level 6. Let's see if she walks into that. No. This is just to massively chunk the Jhin, ideally. He just keeps running at me, though. This should be fine, I hope. I have to dodge some... Genos there? Oh my god, okay. Okay, that was pretty clutch. I didn't expect her to dive, but it didn't feel very smart. I could even afford to get hit by some Genos there. I've still got barrier, so... I was never going to be a disaster. Mostly just surprised she even survived as long as she did. Okay, nice one. From here we can hopefully just look to shove this. Braum is probably spending a little bit too much time on top lane. When your ADC is 5, 0, and 1, definitely something you want to be playing around and not just playing around the 0 and 1 kill. Because I have no vision right now, it's kind of risky. Okay, I can see there's top side, so I could try and help with the Drake, but the Drake is already done, so we're just going to prioritize the base here instead. I'll just build another dagger towards Berserkers. This is going to be pretty nice to have early-ish boots against such a melee-heavy comp that we want to kite even the Leona. And the speed will also be nice for dodging Leona's skill shots, especially her ultimate. Yeah, still completely alone here. This is really bad from Braum. Gonna hold on to green for a little bit so I can actually try. Don't apologize to the enemy ADC, apologize to me! So we can actually try to use the blue-green synergy a little bit. Right now, can't really farm. I can maybe go for a little bit of XP. So we see Jhin entering from the lane. There's still no information about where Leona is. Now, obviously, I see her coming from there. Okay, crap, if I'd seen how low that was dropping sooner, I could have gone for a green Q. Didn't notice until it was too late, though. And also, there was a melee blocking it initially. So yeah, thankfully we end up surviving through getting abandoned by Braum, but it's a very bad support macro to do that. Would be so easy for like the Darius, Jhin and Leona. Just show up, like Leona removes all of our vision and then I just get dived by 3 people. There's no counterplay to that for me, except just sitting here. Obviously if I'm a 5-0 Aphelios, I don't want to be sitting here for like 2 minutes straight waiting for my support to finally show up back in lane. So we're just lucky that the enemies didn't abuse it. I'm scared to... Ooh. Accidentally clicked my HUD there. Yeah, I'm kind of scared to try and throw to the gym right now until I know more about where Darius is. Leona's also level 6 right now. Just hit the Leona, hit the Leona. Okay, we see Darius. I'm gonna back off. We're completely alone right now. Didn't catch whether Leona ulted or not. I'm gonna assume it's still up. Okay, we've kind of run out of chances to actually abuse blue-green. That's fine. In the meantime, we're just AFK farming. Not exactly what I would want to do as a 5-0 Aphelios, but stalling the lane is also not bad, since we do actually massively outscale. I'm not going to face check, because I still don't... Like, I don't know where Darius is gone. He might be in the brush. I'm not going to play really aggressive there. I'm going to push this out and try and follow up here if we can. Nice one. Gonna ignore the pink ward because might be a chance to kill Darius here. Nice one, and thanks to the collector we get that for ourselves. So I'm a pretty fed Aphelios for now. Fed the poor Aphelios, if you will. Yeah, the key here is patience, not being over aggressive, not trying to push our lead too hard and just ending up running into bad situations where I get kicked by the Darius. It's kind of frustrating for sure, like how much the game slowed down once I had 5 kills, where I just had to play safe forever because Braum wasn't around. Then once he was around, he kind of like took a bad fight where we didn't have vision, and then we had to play safe for ages because we just still had no information on Darius. But at the end of the day, we play safe, we don't make any mistakes, and eventually a fight finally happens, and it goes really well for us, as it should, because we are, or we're 5-0, now we're 6-0. I want to base here because I got a lot of gold. Let's see if Leona's going to face check though. Yeah, I think we can just fight her here. Darius might be around. Nope. Okay, that's her dead. Nice one. Oh, I was also talking earlier about why Leona's sort of a mild counter to Aphelios. With every... When she's activated her W, she reduces the damage that she receives per hit. When you have chakrams, for example, each chakram counts as an extra hit. So within a single auto, she can be reducing her damage like 5 times as opposed to once, like how she would every single other ADC. Do we need anti-heal this game? No, I wouldn't say it's terribly important, so we're gonna do Lord Dominic's second item. Infinity Edge second item would be fine as well, if we just wanted to melt our squishies, but because they're gonna have a really tanky melee support, I think Lord Dominic's is gonna make the most sense. It's a cheaper power spike, and it synergizes with all the free lethality that we obtain from Aphelios C. So it's going to be good for that reason, even against squishies, while also being a quicker power spike. Overall, not going to be as much damage as Infinity Edge, but cheaper, and it does a hell of a difference against Leona. Oh, Trinimir wants to go bot. Okay, well, I'm already bot, so I have to shove this out. Also, it doesn't really make sense for him to go bot. I don't know why he's coming bot. He hasn't even taken his... Oh, he's the mid laner. Okay, still... I suppose we can swap, but... Okay, I don't have ult right now, but we have a fed Trinimir here. And a fed Aphelios. Should be fine, I hope. Lovely. Now hopefully I just get to shove this in. Okay, that was too ambitious of him. Can't get the turret on this push, but that's fine. We'll just save it for the next one. Next wave. Okay, we got blue-green. Haven't even had a chance to hit anybody with my blue a single time since I've had blue-green, but that's just how it is sometimes. Oh, wow, okay, that's gonna be a really quick surrender. Let's follow this up with another game then. Alright guys, welcome to another game of Aphelios Unranked Master. This game we're going to be playing Aphelios Nico into Lucian Blitzcrank. I've already leveled my W level 1, something I like to do because in the level 1 you don't actually have access to abilities, which are obviously the main thing in your kit that actually have AD ratios. Your auto attacks obviously have a little bit of an AD ratio, but overall they scale harder with auto attacks, and especially if you're wanting to push for level 2. Try and either beat them to level 2 or contest at level 2, so you're not falling too far behind. The more DPS you do to the wave, the better you can keep up. You're going to do more DPS, leveling attack speed. I also like to level it at level 2 sometimes as well, if just for smoothness, because even once you unlock your abilities at level 2, your AD ratios still aren't very high. They continuously increase as you keep gaining levels. So I like 2 early points in W generally, but that's just a small thing. Can try and poke the Blitzcrank a little bit there. The matchup may be a little bit hard for me, by the way. I mean, Nico should be quite good into Blitzcrank, because she can just use her W to force her clone to block the Blitz hook. But if Nico doesn't play right, she won't be blocking hooks for me. She'll just play safe for herself. Oh. Okay, at least we get a nice punish on the Blitzcrank there. Costs Nico her flash, but overall, we're actually doing pretty good on the trade. Alright, Lucian might want to walk up for that last hit soon, so I'm going to be walking up to pressure him. If I happen to miss a last hit there, that would have been fine. Okay, I'm gonna level W. Close one. For Nico, obviously. Not so much for me. I was safe there. He might try and Q the wave here, so I want to try and stand to the side of it so that I'm not getting hit by his Q. Oop. Okay. I might actually want to base here. I think I will. That's all my push, and I could maybe just base for Cole. Surely he doesn't have a ward in this brush, right? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna sell it and get Cole. Could also have just gone for a longsword, but since we have such an early base here, I'm just gonna do it. If I chose to stay there, we would ideally want some vision, but we don't. Neither one of us actually have trinkets, so that's a big reason why I just want to base there. Since we don't know where Viego is, he could be bot side for all we know. This is the enemy bot lane wasting a lot of time here as I'm about to arrive into lane. This is actually looking very solid for us. Nice one. Ooh, he could have autoed that. Lucian, I believe... Hang on. Do I want to risk it? Fuck! I would have actually killed him, but I failed my flash. God damn it. Oh well. Yeah, this is actually a disaster for them, because if you look at this wave state, I'm actually even in farm with Lucian already. Look how much CS he's already missed, and look how much I still have to obtain here. I'm just gonna... Oh man, I'm thinking so much aggro there, but I need to make sure it doesn't quite immediately crash. Alright, perfect. I'm gonna start hitting the minion wave, partially because it needs thinned out, and also because the more I can lifesteal here, the better it is for me. Okay, we can start putting some puts into Q. I won't need too many, because I already have some AD from Cole. Do I want to go lethality this game? Absolutely could, because their comp is mostly squishy. It's only targeting the minions that I can't last hit. How annoying is that? Okay, Blitzcrank currently mid, so is my support for that matter. Yeah, I've already recovered a lot of HP. We're in a pretty okay spot here. Look at my CS lead over Lucian as well as the fact that I have a kill. He only has an assist. And I think we'll put probably one more point into Q, and that should be enough. Just want to be absolutely sure I'm getting that cannon. I don't want to take risks. I was gonna say, a random minion just walked up. What do you think they're gonna assume? Can't really go on me here. Oh. Damn. Doesn't quite die. I've still got barrier, so I can potentially pull off some kind of bait here. Too much minion cover for that to work. Maybe I could have held on to that a little bit longer. Again, I've still got barrier. I'm gonna take a risk here on level E, which involves putting my hand away from where I would be leveling. Or using barrier, I mean. And he's dead. I think I cancelled my auto, otherwise I would have had that go for myself, damn it. Oh well. Looks to shove one more wave here. It's not quite a full crash yet. Oh, I'm probably gonna die here then. That is what it is. I'll go into melee range and just do as much damage as I can. Ooh, I actually came pretty close. Did we not have any abilities on the Nico there? Because I suppose she just wasted it all on the wave clear, but damn. If we had any peel at all there, that actually would have been a really nice turn. We have not quite crashed. Alright, not gonna wait for the extra longsword, so we're just gonna go for boots. Yeah, I really wish she hadn't actually been spamming her abilities like that. She should have, like, her E is such a long cooldown, while overall not doing that much AoE onto the wave, so she would rather hold it. Her Q, maybe. Oh well. Okay, we want to play some vision for now. Oh, what the hell are you doing that for? I was gonna say Blitzcrank mid. But there's even more reason we're now to place vision to make sure we're safe to actually abuse Lucian. 2v1. And ideally she would have placed that vision before we crashed, because now we've crashed and Lucian is just calmly lossing on a turret with no pressure onto him. Okay, thankfully I was able to do something. He forced a bad trade. But yeah, what a complete waste of the 1v2 to just force a wave under turret, let him get solo XP, and just leave, you know? Just because the enemy support is roaming does not mean that the best call is to just shove in the wave and just magically generate a lead by forcing the wave under turret, you know? Doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm about to be 1v2. It's not impossible that I could pull off an outplay here, but it's very risky. Blitzcrank is also really good at forcing onto me as a immobile ADC. I gotta be very careful. If I grid for that caster and Blitzcrank is smart, he does just force an engage on me there. Lucian is actually too far away to follow up from here. So I can go for that one auto on Blitz, even if I got hooked, wouldn't matter. I'd take maybe a bad trade from the Blitz 1v1, because I would have to walk away rather than trade back, but not a chance I would really die there. Okay, I've got enough frustrated Dirk when I choose to base. Are they gonna base here? They might. Who was that? Was that Blitz? I assume it was Blitz. Okay, they're both staying actually. That's good. One concern is just not having any information on Viego right now. We don't know if he's bot side. I would assume he's probably bot side because right now we're doing an objective top side and he's not contesting that. So either he's top side and just completely oblivious and also didn't get spotted by Akali, or he's just on the wrong side of the map to contest. So right now we gotta be cautious and make sure we're not just like going over aggressive and getting countered by the Viego, who's most likely bot side. We can deduce just with logic. It's not 100% certain, but it is the most likely place for him to be right now, even if I wasn't paying attention to it. Ooh. Hang on. Okay, it doesn't quite die, unfortunately, but... Oh, still got Chakrams, so this is... Kiana's getting absolutely melted. What the hell? Nice one. What do I need for Collector? I've already got it, so that's perfect. Why does the enemy Urgot have 3 calls? Why does the game even let you do that? That's useless. You should be locked out of doing that. I don't think you can even buy 2 Dorans, can you? No. You can buy multiple calls? Weird. Feels like an oversight. But obviously, I'm sure he knows that. He's just trolling. Because he's 0-2. which is not even that bad. Like, look at his farm, like he's doing fine. Sure, like he's losing lane to someone who outscales him, but you know, this is a hell of an overreaction. You can see if Viego or Lucian could carry the game still. Or is this just some tech that I'm not aware of? Because I mean, I guess he does get like a bunch of healing from each hit from his W, right? So maybe I'm just underrating it? Maybe this is some legit thing that is just being discovered. Oh man, I should have blue keyed that just to be safe, but it's all good. Yeah, maybe because he seems to be playing normally and building normally otherwise. Oh. Okay, Blitzcrank is actually just running away. Oh my god. Okay, I'll use the barrier just in case. It looks like I just completely wasted it though. I should have buried sooner. Oh well. Should have buried his ult. Oh. Okay, well I'm probably dead to this. Yeah, nothing real I can do about that. Nice chase from him. Because I'm obviously just never going to randomly face check this brush in a way that he's not going to see me. So if he just sits around, like there's pretty much zero chance he can ever die. But if I get out of position like that, he can just snipe me with a kill and force me off this wave, as well as killing me and getting some free gold for himself, as well as killing my tempo as well. Since I can afford BF, so fuck it, I think I'll just go straight into the Infinity Edge. I won't bother with Lethality second, although I think if I went Lethality second, I could do Edge of Night, and that would be really nice against Kiana. Maybe I'll still consider it third item, but it feels at that point it might be kind of troll to not prioritize continuing crit once I already have Infinity Edge. I'm running Triumph in this lane, by the way, instead of the Absorb Life, because it's clearly going to be a very volatile lane, playing against Blitzcrank as Aphelios, and Lucian as well. Both of them are, like, champions that want to force fights all the time, so we're running Triumph to try and maximize our odds of surviving those fights. There's not much to do here. Black is going in, but there's really not much for me to be doing here, buddy. If Akali keeps going in, maybe. Nah. Oh, wow, they have Zac. Let's no hook, though. Oh my god, of course he reaches. If Viego shows up here, I can combo him. Okay. I don't want to let the enemy bot lane base, because I'm so far ahead in items to Lucian now, and if he bases... Oh, thank god, that was a close one. Why can I not move? I think I must have been clicking minions. I was trying to move, but I wasn't moving, so I think my right clicks were just going on minions, and... Let me just check that. No, you can see me right-clicking there, it didn't move me. Is that the... There is a bug where sometimes level 1 as Aphelios, you right-click with red, and then it just continues auto-attacking for one more auto before you can move again. But I've never had it happen after level 1. So I'm not sure what happened there, whether it was a bug or whether I did click minions by accident. Either way, it's unlikely I would live. Maybe I could have killed Blitz, I don't know. Just got really thrown off by that. Oh yeah, this is, by the way, like silver MMR on average. It just got called bronze, but I don't know. Most players in this game are like... Well, most players on my team are gold. Most players on the enemy team are silver. It's not really gold, bronze MMR though. Okay, Blitz is currently mid, so does Lucian think he can beat me or not? Because he's matched my items a little bit now, but I'm definitely still ahead. But I don't have ult though. So actually I want to attack with red. Lifesteal a little bit off the minions. Nice, he didn't quite get that. I'm about to get white. Nice. He still has hook, remember? Ah, crap. I'll try and... Oh, I wanted to try and finish off the Blitz, but he had too much shielding. Yeah, so he still had hooks. I was going to try and not overchase him. Once he flashes into the turret, though, like, it's a bit late for me to be suddenly reacting to the fact that he can hook me under turret. Oh, well. Yeah, pretty volatile lane as expected. Even though I'm not doing all that well, like I still have 8 kill participation, so I already have 160 gold from Triumph. Whereas in more passive matchups, like we were facing a Janna, for example, and something more like a Jinx, we could expect that this lane probably wouldn't be as volatile, there wouldn't be as much fighting, so less value out of Triumph, and also like less reason to have Triumph to try and survive fights as well. But yeah, we don't go for the red Q and Lucian there. So long as we're in melee range with white, we already do so much damage, there was no need to try and generate chakrams there, that would be greedy. If we play the fight in a perfect way, the Lucian already dies before he even has a chance to... Before I would even finish generating chakrams, so... Might be wanting to do Drake here, so I'm gonna crash that. Ah, cancelled an auto. Must have been able to finish him though? Yeah, nice. Perfect. There is a TP on the way. Okay, Mundo might want to shove that or something. I'm just going to focus on this fight. I'm not going to share farm with Mundo. Ooh, don't want to get hit by that. Okay, it's over. I gotta just run away. I can't proc these. Oh my god, that range was insane. What? Okay, thank you for the help, Mundo. Jesus, though. That was crazy. Man, for some reason that felt like higher than Zach's usual range, but obviously it is just what his C range is. Man, I specifically was not greedy as well. I didn't try and proc anything, and I was still caught out there. Oh, that sucks. Also sucks that I have to sell coal because I don't want to wait 30 gold, but I don't want to wait 30 gold. Okay, I can take over mid. Akali can... She should recall, and... Or maybe she just goes bot without recalling, but... It is ideal for me to group mid at this point. Okay. Vision of Viego? I was holding the wrong weapon there, my bad. I wasn't getting my auto attack resets off properly, but okay, that was pretty big. Viego's been the biggest pain in the ass for me, and he died very easily there. It's very promising. It's not really all that bad, it's just... very annoying. If I just had one more auto, bro. God damn it. Ah. Oh, shit. Oh my god, I got both of them with that combo. That's crazy. Time to get out. This sneak was... she doing nothing? Maybe she was using her abilities over the wall. I think I just need to get out. I don't want to follow up. Also, I'm mildly concerned I'm randomly gonna get flanked. Actually, if we do Lost Whisper, yeah, then we can do Crit Cloak, and that's gonna be a lot better than going for Noonquiver. You only want to do Noonquiver when it's between the full Lost Whisper or the full Noonquiver. But going Lost Whisper and then getting Crit Cloak is the best of both worlds. It's better than doing Noonquiver and a Longsword. Okay, I think we can switch back to the regular cycle from here if we want. This cycle in the mid to late game can potentially be really good still, like if you're facing full range, but clearly not the case here. Okay, nice. Oh, I'm actually gonna die to the Blitzcrank. Okay, at least I managed to get another kill. I guess me Lord Doms. It was a bit of a risk there because it didn't really have much information about who was over here. Overall, I'll say, you know, 1 for 2 is not too bad. Definitely an incredibly volatile game, though. It's hard to avoid most of these deaths unless I just want to play extremely passive. It's just a lot of gap closing on the enemy side, especially when Viego kills my Zac. Yeah, I could obviously just leave once I've killed Urgot, but I had no guarantee that Viego would come for me, and the Blitzcrank dying is pretty much a guarantee, so I figured, yeah, it's a risk worth taking. Worst case scenario, I do kill Blitz and they kill me, and it's still a 1-for-1 trade. In other scenarios, if the kill wasn't guaranteed, then I think maybe it would have been really stupid to keep chasing the Blitz there. But this worst case scenario was not really that bad a scenario. I'm just trying to go to purple here. Oh, maybe I should have been rotating to this fight though. Definitely rotate now. I didn't realize this fight would go on for so long. Oh man, right between the two of them. Okay, that's one kill at least. Awkward. Oh, that's the enemy vehicle. Whoa, he just flashed from the wall. Okay, I just killed him. Oh, I wasn't close enough to Lucian to actually finish him off, sadly. Didn't I have... I could have sworn I had a teammate around, but I think they must have recalled. Replay app isn't opening up, hang on. The app, by the way, in case any of you are wondering, is Replay HUD. I get asked about that all the time. Clearly, it's a very useful app. Oh, I had Mundo run, but he TP'd. Fair enough. It's not like you could cancel that. That was a nice dodge on the Viego. It's just such a shame that Lucian was also there to follow up. Just needed one auto to make it 1 for 2, though. Sad. Alright, from here we can go for either Shield Bow or Phantom Dancer. I think either choice is fine. Maybe I'm actually being a little bit greedy here, not going for Phantom Dancer against... sorry, not going for Shield Bow against Kiana, and also this Viego seems very bursty as well. Dude, you would think this enemy minion is Nico, but no, that's just a random ass minion just going into the jungle for no reason. At least it looked that way to me. It was probably aggroed onto one of my teammates. Just gonna make absolutely sure there's nobody in that brush. But yeah, ever since the Aphelios attack speed ratio buff, I do quite like Phantom Dancer as a final item. Some people also ask me, why not Yuntal? Well, if I was rushing Yuntal, that would be the obvious choice over Phantom Dancer, but I don't actually think Yuntal rush is ideal in most games, especially if you don't base on a BF sword. And so you will go most of the game without any attack speed items, and then when it finally comes to considering an attack speed item 4th item, well, it's a bit late to be building Yuntal, so Phantom Dancer is the only thing you can consider. I don't know how Akali ended up bot here, but I guess I have to go mid to not sure farmer there. Oh man, my CS is so bad this game. I guess I've just been dying a lot. At least we have a lot of kills making up for it. Because as much as I've been dying, it's not like I've been getting caught out. I've been making trades. Trades can be positive, but they still keep you dead, which is time that you can't farm. I don't know why I ulted there. That was probably very unneeded. Okay, nice. Such a shame I didn't kill Bliss. That was very close, actually. But the mobility from Phantom Dancer will also be really nice for trying to avoid getting picked. Could look to base here. Hang on, maybe this guy could be helped. Okay. Big chunk. Next objective, well, the objective that is currently up is Baron. We'll also just look to get rid of green here. I can just save it in case I can poke somebody with it, but generally we don't want to be holding green against the comp of mostly melees. Because again, caliber mark resets are just useless for melee range. Because they don't actually serve as resets for melee range, really. They take so long to execute that they may as well just be a regular auto attack. Ooh, maybe we can catch out Urgot. I'm just gonna hit that because it gives me a little bit of movement speed. Looks like he got a red buff as well, right? No, he's got a red buff, but not ours. Oh man. Can't believe I said he was trolling. Ah, I should have been more careful. I should have done 2 autos, then my purple Q. I shouldn't have trusted any of my teammates to leave me the kill. I can probably afford to get hooked here. Oh. Can I get in range for autos? No, I can. Ooh, he's gonna get extra move speed from that, but it doesn't matter. Perfect. Can we maybe collapse on Kiana? Actually, we really should. Such a shame that the plant is already out of the way. Oh, Zach used it. Might be fine though. Oh, perfect. Don't mind if I do. And we rotate back towards mid lane. Yeah, for a game where I'm sitting on really low CS per minute, I'm actually really close to full build already before the 30-minute mark. Ideally I would have a lot of kills and a lot of farm, but, you know, with 7 deaths... You know, even with this many deaths, I could potentially still have a lot of farm. It just really depends on the game. It also depends on when you're dying as well. Like, are you dying after farming a wave, or are you just constantly fighting in the jungle and dying in the jungle where there's no waves to be farmed? There's also a lot of CS being texted by Zach. He's not texting like full waves, but every wave I'm pretty much losing like 3 CS to him. Yeah, I could just base for Vamps up there. There's still another 30 seconds before we want to contest the Drake. There's an enemy there. Maybe we can gank this guy. Oh wow, that was a close one. She almost got pulled in there. Yeah, so Zach has really high farm for a jungler, I suppose, especially for a tank jungler. There's also a lot of farm on the Nico. So I think it's the combination of those factors plus my deaths. Ooh, this guy should be easy to kill. It's nice, by the way, to be holding either white or at least have enough blue, like low enough blue ammo where 1 blue Q puts me on white. Because if I'm going to be getting dived by Viego or Kiana, the way that I'm going to do the most damage is by being in melee range with white. So I want to be holding white or have close access to it. So here, for example, I could do blue Q into white ult. And the enemies would just get one shot by that combo. I would do blue Q, or I would do auto, blue Q, white ult, 1 more auto with white. That would one shot absolutely either one of these. So with that weapon combination, I'm more than happy to get dived. At least if it's only by 1 person. If it's 2 people, well, I can still take one of them down with me most likely, but I might die in the process. So I don't care too much whether I'm already holding white, or so long as I have less than 10 blue ammo, so I can at the very least immediately white ult. Okay, he's actually too fast. Okay, we got that inhib, let's not overstay. I've got Bloodthirster when I base. They might try and walk through this brush. If they do, good damage, good damage. And now I'm out of here. This is so risky for no reason. This is potentially a 3v5, since we don't have our ADC and all of them were alive. So besides that, we want to start pushing any lane besides mid now. So I'd say let's go bot. This looks like this might just be her getting caught though. Whoa! Okay, I just 3-shot. I don't need to ult, I don't need to use any abilities. I am in melee range with white, means I absolutely melt her. Potentially she could have done some damage to me if she'd at least like ulted or something. Immediately, before I could get those 3 autos off. But I don't think, with her 2 and 11 kitty, I don't think she was ever going to one-shot me through my Bloodthirster shield, through my barrier. So that was just not a great flank from her. Especially because I had white. Like, you gotta realize, white isn't just the weapon that you stack Trackhams and then do insane damage. From melee range at all, it does insane damage. A lot of the time you don't have to bother with abilities with it. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Okay, my bad. Okay, I want to get rid of green again. Okay, perfect. Whoa. Oh, okay. I thought we already had all Nexus turrets down. Alright, there we go. GG. So that is going to be the start of my Aphelios 2 Master Climb. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. When we're actually ranked, I'll have the rank on screen at all times, so you actually know how we're doing in the climb. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you're interested in the series and the concept of this channel of, you know, as much educational Aphelios content as possible. And I'll see you guys in the next video.